Good morning, guys. It is 6:30 in the morning. I am headed to work, but I figured it would be a great time for me to tell you guys how things have been going, because it's some quiet time that I have to myself, and normally I don't have a lot of quiet time with 6 people in my family, so I figure this would be just as good as any. So I am a nurse in a recovery room, and I am usually the charge nurse, but today I'm going and just one day a week I usually go and work in the unit, work in the floor. It's not really a floor, it's not really a unit. It's a recovery room. So one day a week I go and work in the recovery room as a bedside nurse. And I just absolutely love those days because they're few and far between anymore. And so it's actually pretty relaxing for me to do that usually. Unless I have a difficult day. I have to drive to a stadium to get on a bus just to go to work. And that part is not lovely. Otherwise, I absolutely love my job. I love the place where I work. I love, in particular, the unit that I work. All of the nurses that I work with are just pretty much very nice people, and it's just a joy to work there, honestly. I've worked in other places before that weren't so nice, so I am very appreciative of the place that I work. So if you're a nurse and you're around Kentucky, or you want to travel to Kentucky, I have got a cool assignment for you. So I'm trying to recruit. Yeah, we do need help. Our unit is big. Our recovery room is 42 beds, and that's really quite large. And we stay just humping it. Actually, that's not true. It's feast or famine. But lately it's been more feast. So we have been humping it lately, and we've been a little short lately. It happens. In nursing especially, it happens. But I think right now a lot of our travelers are taking off for the summer, for, just vacations and stuff like that. So they have to take a month off at a time each year so that they can stay within their tax requirements and don't get in trouble with Uncle Sam. Anyway, so back to my carnivore diet that I have been on now for, since the 5th, and today's the 23rd, so I'm just shy of 3 weeks. And boy, have I noticed some major changes. There's been one change that's happened that I haven't liked, but I do think it's gonna pass, because I've heard other people talking about this. And that is, not every night, but a couple of nights when I've laid down, I have just had anxiety at night. Like just I don't want to say really bad anxiety, because in my lifetime I've had a couple of panic attacks and it wasn't anywhere near that. But just a level of anxiety that had me tossing and turning in my sleep. And that was not fun. Also, I guess just the anxiety itself, but it had my heart beating, like pounding in my chest. So that was quite unpleasant. So I didn't like that. But, I think that'll pass. Oh, and by the way, I'm doing this for my candida, for my chronic candida. And man, This candida has been a bitch my entire adult life. Since I was 19 years old, I have had problems with candida off and on, mostly on. And man, it's been a struggle. You know, I get the normal things that you would think that women would get whenever they have problems with candida, right? So I'll get that. And then I'll have like a lot of brain fog, and I get, when it's really bad, I get it underneath my breasts. I'm a nurse, so I have to tell these things. I also get breakouts on my face. So I've never been one to have pimples my entire life. Even when I was 16, I really didn't have that many pimples. But with this, it gets really bad. Like I get this rash of pimples almost. Like all through here, down my neck, like this, back here. You know, just scattered. And part of me thinks that might be, well, not part of me. I do think that that's from candida. At first I was afraid that it was like a celiac rash. But now I've been gluten-free for a long time, like years now. Not consistently, because we all fail, right? But, yeah, so that rash, it's still been coming. And it's so funny, like any amount of sugar that I eat, and boom, that candida is back with a freaking vengeance. It's crazy. I've never seen anything like it. And of course, the doctors that you go see, they don't buy into it. They think you're crazy. I mean, I am a little crazy, but it's not due to it ain't got shit to do with the candida. But no, if they experienced it themselves, they would know. They would get it, because the shit is not fun. It's awful. It's quite awful. This person's gonna make me late. Just poking along. But yeah, it's horrible. I've had thrush multiple times. If I don't take care of it, if I don't take diflucan or nystatin, you know, swish and swallow, when this happens, it will, I'll get thrush like all down my throat and, you know, in my mouth and whatnot. And that really started coming on whenever my asthma that I don't have, asthma-like symptoms came on, and I got put on a inhaler. It was a steroid inhaler, and it was a powder inhaler, and I rinsed my mouth and everything afterward, and it didn't help. It actually brought on the thrush major. As an adult who's not, you know, what they would always ask me, do you have diabetes? Do you have HIV? No, I don't have any of these things, right? So, you know, but little did I know that, of course, I had pre-diabetes. I mean, don't we all? And that was that definitely was adding to it. And still is. But I've read some research lately that it's actually possible to cure candida with a carnivore diet. So that's what we're doing. So since I've been doing the carnivore diet, I haven't noticed very many yeast symptoms. Oh, and also I get sinus congestion that clears immediately upon taking diflucan. I mean, we're talking within like 2 hours, this shit just drains. But the doctors say, oh, that's just a coincidence. That has nothing to do with it. That's definitely not candida. You just developed sudden allergies as soon as you moved to this part of Kentucky. And granted, Kentucky's bad for allergies, but no. So yeah, but if I eat anything, and I mean, we're talking about like, I had like a handful of nuts the other night. I had like 5 blueberries one night, or blackberries one night. Okay, maybe it was 6. Anyway, handful of blackberries. Honey, I want you to know, it just came on with a vengeance the next day. It was awful. It's like instant symptoms. So, anyway, I'm to work. I'll talk to y'all after work. Hopefully, cross your fingers, it's a good day for me. Bye.